Hello Gemini, Turquoise Tarot here with your reading for September 2017. I hope you're all doing well. I have a couple quick announcements before I actually get started with the reading. My first announcement is that I have a special going on with my private reading. So if you request a 20-minute one-question reading, the price is $20. The way my readings work is you email me your question, and within 48 hours I'll respond to you with a private video message. That video is yours to keep. I do not delete my videos, so if you want to watch it repeatedly, you're welcome to. And also, if you have any follow-up questions after viewing the reading, you're always welcome to email me, and I'll be happy to answer what I can for you. So if you're interested, I will post that information on a private reading in the information box below this video. The last announcement I have is just that I'm going to be using this deck at the end of my reading just to pull some additional inspiration for the month of September. I feel like all of us need some maybe motivation or some help, just maybe gaining some clear perspective on what we're going through. I know for all the signs it's been challenging, and being that Gemini is the last video that I am doing this month, I can tell you that for all the readings I've done this month, it's been very challenging for all the signs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's not true for you, but I'm going to be using this deck at the end. Just pulling a couple cards. Now, this first reading is going to be a general reading, and then I will do two other readings, one for singles and one for couples, and we'll see what messages come through for you, okay? Give me just a moment while I shuffle. There's our cards flying out. Page of Pentacles. Okay, we have the World card. Five of Rods. Three of Pentacles. Temperance. The Page of Wands, the Moon, Magician, ooh, Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Nine of Cups. I didn't want to say anything, so we pulled the last card, but this is looking nice. Alright, overall energy, ooh, it's even nicer, the Empress. As far as general readings go, I have to say this one's looking like one of the nicer ones for the month. I have to be honest. I feel like you're overcoming, especially in the beginning of September, there's some kind of, I want to say a challenge. I don't think it's really like combativeness or arguments. I really think it's more challenges, physical challenges that you're dealing with. But there's something here about working together, collaborating together. Overcoming challenges and collaborating. I feel like for a lot of you, we have three major arcanas right here down the first row. The World card, Temperance, the Magician, and then the overall energy is that of the Empress. This is beautiful. You're entering a new time in your life, a new phase in your life. This is a time of healing, and this is a time of peace, and this is a time of finally reaping the rewards for all the hard effort that you've put in, I want to say. And I want to say this is the hard effort that you've put in. These are the challenges that I'm discussing, that you've had to negotiate and work on and you know, collaborate with others to solve. And somehow, some way now, in the month of September, you're reaping the rewards of all your hard efforts. I want to say for some of you, though, there is a focus on work. There's a focus on, I want to say, because I'm looking at these two cards, and the Page of Wands is looking up at the Three of Pentacles like this. So this is telling me, I think that you are interested in pursuing some type of creative endeavor and trying to see how it would be perceived on a more grander scale, such as, you know, maybe starting your own business, selling your art. And for some of you, it's a matter of pursuing information, looking for information about how to further obtain whatever, I want to say, financial or career goals you have for yourself. So maybe it's looking at getting some type of specialty training, or maybe it's about going back to school for some of you to get where you want to be. I think financially this month you guys are doing really well, and I think that there are talks about how maybe you want to invest your money, invest your wealth. This may be part of the collaboration, and this may be part of the creative effort. Maybe you've made money from some type of creative effort, and now you want to see about finding a way to invest it back into the business or back into some other kind of creative venture. Page of Pentacles here. Let me just look over the cards. I kind of feel like some of you may have something going on the side, like a side business or a side venture, but it's not something you're openly discussing or sharing, and that is going to bring in a significant profit for you down the line. I don't know if it'll be in the month of September when it starts. It may very well be, but for some of you it may be later on down the line. But it's going to be very profitable for you. I just feel like you're not openly discussing it yet because you kind of want to see what the feedback is first. And I think for some of you, there's this internal battle of whether or not you think you're capable or whether or not you think you're creative enough to actually be successful in this. And so there's a sense of, I'm going to keep quiet about this for now, but eventually it's going to be something you're very proud of and very proud to share. I want to say too that for some of you this is something that's very healing, because I want to say this is leading you down the path towards what you're really supposed to do career-wise. And I want to say with this angel here and the Temperance card, this is a reminder that you're on the right path. You see the path behind the angel that leads to the bright, I want to say it's a crown. So this is where you're meant to go. This is where you're meant to be. And you're on that path, so you need to trust it. So when you have these creative inspirations, go with it. Go with the flow. That's what this angel is saying. You are being guided to do this. I think for some of you, even if finances are doing well, I think in the month of September there is still yet some more positive news about something financially coming in. This is just a very, very beautiful month for you. I think the only conflict or trouble that you have is internally, really. I think it has to do with you being confident in your skills and your talents and knowing that you are going to be recognized for what you do. I think that's your fear. I think you're afraid of getting like negative feedback. But honestly, people who maybe have been doing what you're looking to do, let's say they're seasoned, okay, professionals, they're admiring your work. So have more self-confidence in yourself. You're the only one limiting yourself this month because everything's a go for you. Everything is a go. We're moving full steam ahead, it looks like. The outcome card is the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, all our wishes being granted. This guy is smug. Look at his smile. He's got everything he wanted. Everything he's ever wanted. It's there. All his cups are filled. And now he's showing them off. So sometimes this card, the Nine of Cups, can be a message of not being too smug and showing off too much. Maybe keeping some of that secret with the Moon card. Keep some of that to yourself. But you are very profitable and very fruitful this month as the Empress. Things are coming to fruition. You've worked hard for this, I see. You know, and the World card and the Magician, this is like, you've really materialized this. You've worked hard to make this happen, I feel. And it's here. Sorry, excuse me, I had to take a drink. I've been doing readings all afternoon. Let me take these Gypsy Oracle cards and I'll look at this a little bit more in depth and we'll see what additional messages are coming up. I really want to look at the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is significant, and I want to look at the Page of Wands. Okay, so there's a fear here, that's what I'm feeling, is of saying goodbye to something old, an old profession, and doing something new. I think there is a strong fear of leaving something behind. But there's somebody here, I feel, in the month of September coming in, and they want to kind of help you. They motivate you or they inspire you in some way, and they want to actually help you do this new venture. They're kind of opening the door for you. They're being of service. They're helping you, and it's saying you should accept this help, most certainly, on the Three of Pentacles, because these are people who are seasoned professionals, and they know they can give you sound advice. Even if they're not seasoned professionals, these are people coming in with genuine interest to help you. And they do know something. They do know something about what they're doing. But whatever advice they give you, I think it's going to be pretty sound advice. Let's look at the Page of Wands now. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. On the Page of Wands, this card is all about messages of passion, love, creativity, hobbies, even things that are creative pursuits. I think this is really about doing something you love and doing it all the way, because you are in love with it, because it is suited for you, because it makes you happy. It's genuinely something that you are. So as an example, you know, if you're an artist, you should certainly pursue that passion. There's just something here about a fear of not being well received and a fear of leaving, I want to say, something else behind. And there's an internal conflict with you, because this would be, with the World card here, this is like a major change in your career, you know, or you identify maybe even with your career, and this would be a major identity change for you in a way. But you're in the process of making a brand new you. You're not going to be who you were. I think when we had this eclipse, maybe that's partially what this is speaking of. We do have the moon here. Maybe this has to do with the full moon that occurred in September. But I feel like there's a part of you that you know is shifting and it's changing, and you're transforming into something new. And because of that, you kind of have to go with the flow. But you're on your right path. And you have to trust your gut, and you have to trust those passions, those instincts. You have them for a reason. Let me look at the Empress. I think in leaving something behind that you're actually not happy doing, leaving something behind is bringing about your prosperity. Okay? This is about prosperity, about things coming to fruition, reaping the rewards. You have to leave something behind, though. And I think there's a fear, again, this desperate card, this desperation, it's a fear of letting go of something in order to gain something, but you have to. You know? It's like you're in the middle of swinging between one branch to the other, and you're afraid you're not going to catch the next one. You're going to catch it. Things are going to carry on. Everything's going to be fine. Financially, you're very abundant. You're doing very well. All your cups are full. This is the time. And I kind of feel like with the World card and the Temperance card, let's just say this whole row with the Magician too, this is like the universe stepping in and saying, now is the time we've created, and you've created, we've created together, this time for you to work on this venture, to work on yourself, and to do what it is you're setting out to do. Now's the time. Now's the time for it to be profitable. Now's the time for your wishes to be fulfilled. And this is something that maybe you've secretly wanted to do for a while, or this is something close to your heart that you've held on to as a dream, but you've never tried to materialize it. But now's the time to do it. All right, finally, I just want to look at this Nine of Cups, and then I'll move on to the singles reading. Oh. It's saying here, you're worried about stability with the Merchant card. You're worried about having a secure job, I think. I think you're kind of in a mindset of, I have to work a 9 to 5, or I have to work a set number of hours, or I have to make a certain amount. And maybe that's part of the fear for you, is because now you're solely dependent on your creativity and the marketing of your creativity. Or if it's not creativity, it's something that you're passionate about, okay? Something you want to pursue, but you're not certain you're going to be successful in. You will be. We have the cheerfulness and the money card. And this is on the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. So you are going to be successful in this. You have to have faith in that. So now let's go ahead and look at what's going on for singles. Great reading, guys. I actually enjoyed that one. I mean, I enjoy them all, don't get me wrong, but some of them, it's just energetically, it's very draining. That one was actually, like, I had a very positive feel about it, you know? It's a very positive vibe, so it was nice. Okay, so let's see what's going on for singles for the month of September. the Magician, Knight of Swords, the Empress, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Temperance. And at the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Nine of Wands. I'm sorry, Nine of Swords. Okay. Well, you know, honestly, it's like this spread looks pretty good. I can see here that maybe there's something here that feels like heavy, feels hard to carry, like a burden. But we have Temperance here that says, you're all right, you're protected, you're okay, you're going to make it through this. What I think bothers me or concerns me more is the Nine of Swords as the overall energy, and I think it's just because you're kind of stirring your own pot in a way, and you're like creating your own drama by over analyzing or over obsessing about something regarding love. And I feel for some of you, it may be that you have feelings for someone who is maybe an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And I kind of feel that this person I think you're worried that, I don't know, that this person doesn't care for you the way you care for them. I kind of get the impression, though, if I can be perfectly honest, that you're kind of rushing this relationship along. I kind of feel like you're wanting a strong commitment a little too soon. You need to give this a little bit more time, and you need to give it some room to breathe. And that's what the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune is saying. Look, everything's in its good time. Everything will happen when it's meant to. And you're on the right path. You're driving yourself crazy by over-worrying yourself. And I want to say for some of you, too, some of you are trying maybe a little too hard with somebody and it's not getting the response that you want, and that's why you're kind of anxious and you don't know what to do to get this person's attention. But the truth of the matter is, you just need to relax. Let things go as they're meant to go, you know? If this person's meant to be with you, they'll be with you. It's that simple. If it's not meant to be, you have to come to terms with that. There's other fish in the sea. I think for some of you too, there may be somebody coming in this month and they're very charming. Very charming. Oh, they got like a silver tongue, as they say, right? They can sweet talk anybody. And this person really kind of draws you in. It's quick, it's sudden, it's like instant chemistry maybe. But I want to warn you that Temperance card here is again about patience and taking your time. And I kind of feel like with this person, that's exactly what you need to do. Don't rush into anything. Because you're Not to say that this person's not a good person or that they don't have great intentions, but for some of you it may be that they don't. It may be a quick fling, and when it's over, you're going to be traumatized because you've invested so much into it off the bat. So be careful of that this month. I want to pull some cards on the Empress. I think this is talking about realizing that maybe you've invested yourself falsely or foolishly into something. You put too much, you've invested too much in a situation off the bat. So be careful of that in the month of September. I mean, if you're single and you're just looking, just be careful of not getting too invested in someone that's just looking for a good time. I mean, I think this person's really attractive, and like I said, I think they're just very, very charming, and you just, you know, there's someone that you instantly feel like you connect with, and there's an instant attraction there, and they just kind of sweep you off your feet, and you're kind of left dumbfounded by it. Yeah, this guy's not in it for the long haul. I'm telling you now. He comes in quick, he serves a purpose, and he's out the door. If I could say it that way. If it's not a him, of course it can be a she. But the Knight of Wands is someone who's just in and out. You know, this knight, he's got places to be. And he's all about chasing his passions. He's on to the next thing. So with these cards coming up on the Knight of Wands, it's saying, look, he's just coming in, it's unexpected, right? And it's enjoyable, it's fun, but it's not going to stay long. There's no consistency. There's nothing to build a relationship upon. And here, with the Thought card, I think that's really just indicating, you know, you putting too much into it, and after the fact thinking, you know, being left upset, being left wondering what happened. All right, Nine of Swords. Let's look at the Nine of Swords. Yeah. See, ooh. Oh, God. See? Did I not say it? And this is the overall energy for the reading. And these three cards just summed it up for me. The Friend card. You just were too trusting with this person. It ends abruptly, and you thought there was something substantial there. You really thought that there could be a long-standing committed relationship there. But it ends. He was just being friendly. He or she was just being friendly. And it leaves you feeling like this. You want it more. And I think for some of you this is an earth sign, because we do have the King of Pentacles here. Again, this could be a fire sign too. Temperance card, remember Temperance, saying take your time, be patient, and see things in balance, see things in perspective for what they are. I think you may have blown things out of proportion, rushed into this a little too quickly, you know, thought, man, I don't want to say you thought I think this person makes you feel like you're the world, you're it, you know what I mean? And he gives you a sense of inflated power, but as soon as he's out the door, you're wondering what happened. He or she. Sorry. All right, 10 of Wands. No, I'm sorry, I want to look at Temperance. Yeah, Temperance is warning you. Somebody's going to come in. It's a pleasant surprise. They're very welcoming, very warm, wanting to maybe take you out, wine and dine you and whatnot, but you're going to end up in a situation where, you know, with this card and the 9 of Swords, I just kind of feel like, and then the 10 of Wands, Temperance is really reminding you to take things slow and put things in perspective. And it's also a reminder that you still have a ways to go, okay? Take your time with this person. Take your time getting to know this person and really get to know whether or not there's someone you want to even invest in. They may not be, but you're inflating them. You're making them much bigger than they are. For some of you, it may be that they have money. I'm feeling Capricorn for some of you. Like I'm getting Capricorn. And maybe it's that they wine and dine you and they really just, you know, take you to a whole new level, and it's something that it's like, well, I thought we had something. We spent all this time together and all of a sudden you're out the door. What is that? But it's like a whole new level of dating that you've never experienced. Something fun, something flirty, something exciting. I want to say, though, it may not just be in the month of September. That energy could carry over till I want to say, till the end of the year for some of you. Okay, let's look at what's going on for a couple Geminis for the month of September. What are the love messages for a couple Geminis in September 2017? We have the 5 of Swords, the Hermit, the Devil, Ace of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 8 of Rods, Knight of Swords, and the 2 of Rods. Bottom of the deck, overall energy for your reading is the 7 of Rods. Okay. So off the bat, one of the messages I'm getting here is I kind of feel like there are issues talking about what's fair. Okay? And I think that you and your partner may be having issues, and can be just even like house chores. What's fair? I feel like I'm doing all of it. And I think there's a need for both of you to I just feel like this is a repetitive pattern for you, and I feel like this is a time when you really need to focus on, this is the way we've always done things with the 7 of Pentacles. This is the way we've always done things. Let's try something new this time. And I think in September, this is the month where you do. We're going to try something new. Instead of battling it out, having emotional overload, emotional tantrums, and, you know, someone's got to come out the winner, someone's got to lose, somebody's got to win. This is more about, let's be reflective on that and think about, why are we doing that? Why are we fighting against each other? It's not healthy. It's toxic. And let's remember why we're really together. Because we love one another. Let's remember that love is about sharing. It's about giving. It's about helping. It's about the both of us being a team and working together, not against one another. So be careful with your words and your communication with your partner this month. I will say that. I think that maybe some stuff is going to be stirred up that may, affect you emotionally. It may bring back memories. It may be like, oh, this is what you used to do, or this is what he used to do or she used to do, and there's an instant want to react a certain way. But the cards are saying take a time out and pause and reflect and remember this, what I just said, and remember that now is a great time to learn how to handle your problems in a new way, how to work with your partner in a new way. It's not all about standing up and defending your ground with this person. That's not how a relationship should be. A relationship should be a partnership. Now, for some of you, maybe you feel you're lacking that partnership in your relationship. Maybe because that's missing, it's causing you to be on the defense. And at the end of the day, you have to make a decision about whether or not you're going to stay or leave this relationship, because it's not healthy. And this person that you're with is always about me, me, me. And emotionally, you're not getting what you need. For others of you, this is just really about you and your partner finding new ways to handle your problems and finding new ways to communicate with one another. I also want to say, too, I want to say by mid or end September might be a good time to romantically reconnect with your partner. Plan something together. And I think when you do that, it's going to help you remember good memories. Reignite the passion in the relationship. I want to say plan a day together, plan a trip, plan an evening together, something romantic. I think that will be very beneficial to your relationship. I want to look at the Devil card with these Gypsy Oracle cards. Yeah, it's a reminder here on the Devil card that love is not about me, me, me. This is the Pleasure Seekers card. Me, me, me. All these three men. Me, me, me. What is it? What's in it for me? That's not what love's about. Love's about what can I give. This is a partnership, and above all, it's a friendship. And a friendship is always about, let me help you. Let me see how I can be assistance to you. Let me extend a hand when you need me. And if somebody's not doing that and they're all about me, 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 well, that's not love. And if both of you are doing this, this is a prime opportunity for you this month to work on those issues. Figure out new ways to, again, communicate, but also handle your problems. Let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. I think some of you are looking back to when you were younger, or looking back to a time when your love was younger, and you're having sweet, fond memories of that, and you're wanting to reignite that in your present relationship, okay, or where things are presently, I should say. Where things are presently, I just feel like there's some bickering, and I feel like there's some taking a stance. This is about me. This is about what I want. Let me look at the Five of Swords. And it's time to reflect on that behavior and realize that's not healthy. It's not going to get you ultimately what you want out of your partnership. Okay, so we have frivolity, priest, and enemy on the Five of Swords. About battle, about, you know, winning out against your opponents. But it's a shallow victory. And this card speaks of its shallowness as well. Fickle. Fickle back and forth fighting. And all you're doing is really, in the big grand scheme of things, is hurting the relationship and making an enemy out of somebody you don't really want to make an enemy out of. Let me look at the Two of Wands. Yeah. It's saying here, look, somebody's going to give you an ultimatum, or you're going to give somebody an ultimatum at the end of the day, and it's going to be a surprise, but they're tired of the shit. So something's got to change. You got to make a decision. And you got to decide, what do I want long term? You know, is this somebody that you can really work on the relationship with? And I think if you really want it, well then, up here it's saying you have some reflecting to do about how you react and about how you perceive this relationship. It's a partnership. It's a union. Look at the difference between these two cards. This one's about battle and conflict and me, and this one's about, let me share with you. What do you have? Okay, let me share what I got too. You know, the more I have, the more I have to give in the Two of Cups. But in this card, it's, I'm taking, whether it's mine or yours, I'm taking it. So be careful of that in your relationship. And that can even just go, because this is the Five of Swords. Swords represent thoughts, communication, how we perceive things, right? So with this coming up on the Five of Swords, it can just be your perceptions. It can just be that you're making things more about you than you really need to. Or it's your partner doing it. And that's what's causing the conflict. And there's a change in perception this month, and there's a need for it. There's some reflection on sweeter time. Seriously, plan a trip if you can, and get out and enjoy yourself, because I think that's much needed, and I think that will remind you of the love in your relationship. Okay? Let me go ahead and draw these three cards. Oops. We'll see what the last few messages are for Gemini. Wait, hold on, this isn't a card. This is an explanation of the deck. See these cards flying everywhere? Oh my. Alright, what are the messages for Gemini? Alright. So the first card that came out says, be impeccable with your word. Let go of self-judgment and blame. Being impeccable You take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself for anything. The second card you got says, don't make assumptions, but ask for what you want. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Finally, your last card is, don't take anything personally. Embrace your freedom. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you, regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, and if you love, you will be happy with your life. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will be back in October. See you later. Bye.